the most memorable events around the beginning of the Zeta Phi Chapter?
Life at University of Florida in the early 70s.
It was an exciting time to be a Black student at the University of Florida.
We threw some of the best parties on that yacht.
We set the standard.
When we started pledging for Kappa Alpha Psi, there was not a major Black fraternity or sorority anywhere in the state of Florida on a major non-Black university.
We were pioneers.
If you wore the crimson and cream over, that was it. That's all they wanted. We started something that we didn't have no idea what we were starting. Kappa Alpha Psi was a leader of students. We were a cadre of leaders, even as undergraduate students.
You can't tell me 50 years ago that I would have thought that this chapter would have evolved in the way it has evolved, in the time it has evolved. 5 decades, that is tremendous.
50 years is a long time.
We had a good time. We had a great time.
When they took my friend away.
When I got there in 1972, there were 236 Blacks on the whole campus.
I think the student life at Florida, in the early 70s, it was cohesive. You know, it was a good community, a lot of fun. It was relaxed. There was very little, I think, competition or stress.
It was a wonderful time. It was a historical time. It was an exciting time to be a Black student at the University of Florida. It was a struggle. We were challenged in every way.
We were the first African Americans appearing at number at the University of Florida. Before that, it was almost exclusively a white university.
I went from, high school where I was known by everybody to a place that nobody knew me.
Some of us transferred in from HBCUs to enter this program at the University of Florida.
Well, when I got to Florida, I had come from a historically Black college university, Florida A&M. So it was a whole different ball game.
It was interesting. We had very few Black students. I was there as a freshman. I would go to class all day long on one day of the week. What's another Black student during the class period? Say Black workers, but not Black students.
You know, it was a time when if you saw another Black student on campus, you always acknowledged them because there were so few of us.
There were a lot of people that welcomed us there, and there were some people that let you know they didn't want you there.
I got a letter my summer year after I got accepted from Clarence Martin, president of BSU, said, "Don't come, this is the most racist campus in the country."
This was a time when a very popular white fraternity wore Confederate soldier uniforms on horseback in the Gator Homecoming Parade.
I got down there in the summer, met folks like Sam, Wright, Fred, Gant, Maxine, McDonald, Cohen now, and that group was just as tight.
There were very few places we could go, so we created entertainment and networking in and around the dormitories where we lived.
From time to time, the university would do certain kinds of things in terms of entertainment that were geared toward the black students, but those were few and far in between.
There were not activities that were aimed at our culture at all.
But on Friday, Saturday nights, we'd be in the basement of one of the dormitories and
dance parties, bid whist card games, study sessions and group meetings all happened in our dormitories.
We would play cards all night long, and I would get up and go to church the next morning. I enjoyed dancing. I was cut up.
It was a good group, a lot of good people, all from Miami from the bottom to Pensacola, Jacksonville to Tallahassee. Interesting for a young 18-year-old kid to be in Florida.
When we first got there, the basic thing that we were trying to do was, one, get acclimated to the school.
My own personal experience is that I had a wonderful time.
Once we got there, and once I got my confidence, it was like, oh, it's on now.
I knew we met each other this morning for a reason. Thinking, talking, we've worked out our problems.